So listen, the names attached to this film is one thing, but the message that comes from out of this is another. And without a doubt, this is a documentary you truly, truly need to check out. Folks, we're getting into my review of the new film, Common Ground. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film Common Ground, which made its world premiere this year at Tribeca Film Festival 2023. So if you were looking for headlining films, typically by either what they present to you as a headlining film, or you kind of digging through, looking through the cast, without a doubt, if you were looking through the Tribeca directory this year, you saw this film, you saw the names attached to it, and you was like, I absolutely have to check this out. And by all means, not only was this an important message to be told, but I think it also sheds a lot of light on these actors that are involved as well too, because they're not just actors, they're activists. And I mean, we're talking of the likes of Rosario Dawson, Woody Harrelson, Donald Glover, Jason Momoa, and the list goes on here. And with that, they bring together a very important message about and truly, there's a lot of things I learned from this. So I took a lot of notes with this film, but it's truly, as they describe, as the poisonous practices within the American food system. And this takes us now into the farmlands. And with that, you know, we're learning about how important soil is. And I ain't gonna lie, at the beginning of this, I was kind of like, what? I was like, I'm confused, but I tell you, whether you come in as ignorant as I did, you will absolutely come out of this film so informed and with this vast amount of knowledge that truly identifies the problem sitting right under your feet or right around the corner, whatever it may be. Because yeah, this is definitely about soil and how soil may save us. And as they described in the film, is soil died and we die. So it was really cool. Before we go into it, it was really cool to have all these big top tier celebrity actors involved. As I mentioned, actors yet activists come together. And by all means, if they did come together, they would entertain. But in fact, they came together to educate, which I thought was really, really cool. But you know, this was sort of a letter back to society, humanity, and how we need to commit, sort of a declaration to commit to change here in terms of what's happening with the soil. And with that, we go and get testimonies, interviews, and even small lectures, shall I say, from farmers all over. And I mean, we go North Dakota, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Indiana, Idaho. We hit all these different places. So this is not just predicated to just one general area. We're hitting all over the United States and really, you know, talking to these farmers, going to their ranch and understanding what's happening here. And the voice actors, I mean, our actors are voice acting as they sort of just narrating the story of what's happening. But also, again, we're getting interviews and testimonies from these farmers firsthand affected by what's happening out here. One person that is in particular is Gabe Brown, who the moment you meet this guy, your heart, your feelings. This guy is a farmer, and you know, hearing his story and just his anger, frustration, his emotions, is truly it's heartbreaking, and good for him to be a part of this. He also did attend the world premiere at Tribeca, so you know, seeing him not only be a part of this film, but like also be a part of you know, the promotion of this film. I think this makes it even more important and even more authentic, shall I say. If there's any question, not that you should question, but if there was any question, seeing somebody who's truly affected by this really want to be a part of the promotion of getting this word out and this message out is really special, you know. But yeah, with that, you know, including himself, we're hearing about how farming and learning a lot more about agriculture. And it truly comes down into industrial versus regenerative agriculture. So, you know, this is about the carbon that's within the soil, and how that affects us, and then I mean, they're breaking it all down. I mean, like, this is really a lot to take in. This is a documentary that you truly need to sit back and focus. You may need to watch a couple of times, possibly depending on how you can really take in the information you're being told, but nonetheless, even if you watch this one time, I think it will have you questioning certain things. It may want you to further want to research more about the practices around you, and beyond that, beyond just like the relevance right now. I mean, it even goes back to the historical factors within this, going back to how World War II changed farming, the Roundup lawsuit, which I think a lot of us know about that, and then how Beyond Meat came about. And then they start talking about the type of meat you should eat. So there's some other little stuff in there as well too. And then farming in general, just the depth that they occur in the farming bill. And then this is really hits. Understanding the mental health aspect of farming, the suicide rate here, and even as we move forward into how hemp became included into the practices. So, I think that when you really look at this, at least this is my assessment, like, agrochemical industries is like as shady as like big pharma. Like, it truly does. It's explore like how, when the big guys with the suits and make the decisions do anything to like make the money, and do not at all care about the people that's, boots on the ground, how they're affected, their day to day, and how this truly can affect society going forward. As long as their money coming in, that's all they care about. And again, just like big pharma and the opioid crisis, this sounds very shady in the likes of that as well too. So while there is a lot of wrong that is discussed within this documentary, there's also a lot of solutions and recommendations in terms of what we can do to move better forward in society. And I think like that's what's really cool about this, is that like, it's not just exposing the problem, it's also providing a solution. And Common Ground was a recipient of the 2023 Human and Nature Award, and this is a prize established to amplify films that best exemplify solution-oriented environmental storytelling. So yes, it's not just saying that's wrong and that's the end of the story. It is about trying to explain to folks how we can together move forward to really come with a solution before it's all too late. And I think like, it's just really cool getting just the diversity of folks involved with this as well too. Like, yeah, you got our actors involved here who are also probably learning as well with this, but these farmers, I mean, you got black farmers, and I mean, you're talking about, restoring soil, and then like this whole thing of, the whole fact of trying to keep American alive and the legacy for generations to follow, and then indigenous folks being involved with this as well too. So like it truly does make sure that it represents all of us. And without a doubt, this documentary was fantastically done, so informative. I love just the balance of having our celebrities involved with this, but also having these folks that this truly affects their day to day, every day, and they collectively are talking about how this will affect society, humanity going forward if we don't make a change. And as they said, listen, like, if soil died, and we die, and it's truly about industrial agriculture versus regenerative agriculture. And I think that two terms I had no clue about, but surely do now. So Common Ground is a must watch. Put it on your watch list. Again, making this world premiere this year at Tribeca Film Festival under the Spotlight documentary category. Get in the comments, folks. Let me know your thoughts about this when you check it out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Thank you for watching.